So we've got some very, very serious problems here. And let me explain to you the number one problem. The number one problem is not even Obama's campaign or the Democrats. The number one problem is the left-wing biased news media. Just to show you the nature of the challenge, the extreme challenge that we face. Just to give you an illustration of this extreme challenge. Everything that Mitt Romney says is a gaffe, according to the news media. Everything that comes out of his mouth is a gaffe. When he makes excellent speeches, perfect speeches, very inspiring speeches, which he has done, by the way. I have seen Mitt Romney give very strong, inspiring speeches. We showed you clips from a very strong speech that Mitt Romney made in Jerusalem, which was a strong speech, a very effective speech. The media ignores that. If he makes a very strong or effective speech before the veterans of foreign wars in Missouri, which he did, he made a great speech before the veterans of foreign wars, that is ignored. He made some very strong speeches after some of his primary victories. His speech after the New Hampshire primary victory was excellent. That was ignored. The media ignores and buries Romney's great speeches, Romney's triumphant speeches. They bury that. When he does well, it's blacked out by the media. If he says one word that they think they can turn into a gaffe, and everything he says they make into a gaffe. He said one thing in England about the Olympics. He said that it's disconcerting that there are problems with unions and other things before the Olympics. He said one little thing like that, and the media blew that up into some giant gaffe. Even though the British media also, by the way, those hypocrites, they were viciously attacking him on that. The British media was saying the same thing that he was saying for weeks. They were saying the same exact thing he was saying, and then they attacked him when he just very mildly repeated what they themselves were saying. This is the hypocrisy, the duplicity, the double standard, the lying that we're getting from the media as they do everything they can to re-elect Barack Hussein Obama. If you remember in 2008, we went through this in 2008. We went through the media basically turning John McCain into someone who was going to croak in another year. Into someone who basically, they made John McCain into someone who had escaped from an old age home with the walker and was running around with the walker like a senile old guy who had escaped from the walker and was just a cranky, crazy, senile old guy. That's what they turned him into. That's the way the media operates if anyone goes against Barack Hussein Obama. They even were against Hillary Rodham Clinton, who's another evil person. She's a beast also. But they wanted Obama to win because the black Muslim is even better than the feminist, left-wing, corrupt animal Hillary Rodham Clinton, even though they like her too, but no one comes close to their idol, Barack Hussein Obama. So they tore her to pieces. Bill Clinton, whom the media loved, because he and his wife were running against Obama in the primaries in 2008, they tore him to pieces. He got the worst media he ever got in his life when he was running against Obama. You are not allowed to run against a black Muslim candidate, Obama, especially their idol, who they want to see in the White House at all costs. So you're going to see them coming up with the most vicious, despicable, ridiculous, obscene stuff imaginable. And everything Romney says will be a gaffe. Everything Romney does, it will never be good. It will never be right. It will always be wrong. He's not a good leader. He doesn't know what he's doing. Everything about him is going to be distorted, about his record is going to be distorted. He created a net 100,000 jobs at Bain Capital. Yes, some jobs were lost in some cases when companies didn't succeed. But in most cases, he created in stores like Staples and some other stores, he created far more jobs than were lost, which is certainly not Barack Hussein Obama's record. Barack Hussein Obama, since he's been president, 5 million fewer people are working. 5 million fewer people are working since Barack Obama is president. That is the worst jobs record since the Great Depression. 42 months of unemployment over 8%, and of course it's much higher than that because they don't count discouraged workers, part-time workers. Those are all record-breaking levels. He increased the number of people on food stamps from 27 million to 43 million in just 3.5 years. He has commercials on all the black radio stations encouraging people to go on food stamps. This is someone who has deliberately increased dependence and reliance upon government and slavish addiction to government. That is the socialist agenda. Barack Hussein Obama, that's his program. He has the worst economic record of any president in modern American history. He's destroying America's economy. He's bankrupting the United States. He's plunging this country into fiscal insolvency. There's no way America can continue with $1.2, $1.3 trillion annual budget deficits, and with pouring trillions of dollars into buying bonds from the Federal Reserve. I mean, these are catastrophic, socialist, insane policies. This is exactly what Greece did. This is exactly what Spain and Portugal and Ireland and these other countries that are teetering on the brink of bankruptcy in Europe did. And we're going to be where they are eventually. They're facing a depression. Spain has 25% unemployment, has the type of unemployment level we saw in the United States during the Great Depression in the 1930s. That's where we're headed if Barack Hussein Obama, God forbid, is reelected and we continue these horrible policies. But you never hear anyone in the media say that, and if Romney brings up anything about his record, it's buried, it's stopped, it's shut up, it's silenced, and instead they spend time saying things that are complete lies. We're being told that Mitt Romney wants to raise taxes on the middle class. A complete lie. Romney proposes cutting taxes for everyone. Everyone will get a tax cut under Romney's plan. Every single person will get a tax cut under Romney's plan. But the Obama campaign and the media are telling people he's going to raise taxes for the middle class. I mean, just complete lies, and getting away with it and having the media back him up. That's what we're up against. And so we better wake up and get on our feet and start doing things.